time and expertise to serve the community in terms of counseling people in that area.
One of the interesting parts about that committee is that there's a lot confidential about it. So we don't talk about much of it. But I will say that Bob Hollingshead from Day Pitney has been spearheading that with others in his firm for years, and they do an excellent job.
They train attorneys on domestic violence cases, right?
Correct.
Who volunteer some of the persons that need attorneys.
They do, and they do an excellent job. And without getting into many of the details or any of the details, we know that excellent service is provided, and we leave it at that.
Okay. An interesting aspect that I discovered a few years ago when I filed some legal papers in the courthouse, I got back with the filing and the docket number that was stamped on the complaint was a code of professionalism, lawyers' professionalism from the Morris County Bar Association. So apparently your association has developed professional ethics codes for the lawyers who practice in Morris County.
I would say it comes, I would give credit to that to the state bar. They set up a commission on professionalism, and they encourage the counties to participate in it. So I would say that document was probably originally written by the State Commission on Professionalism. Our role is to encourage our vicinage to allow that to be sent to lawyers with pleadings, as you've described. Judge Bazanelis was very cooperative with us and has done that, and the professionalism committee has been chaired by Doug Brierly for several years. Doug does a wonderful job, and so I would say he and his committee have done quite a lot to further the getting that word out.
I thought it was enlightening to get that in the mail. and I actually read it. And it had, things such as, treat each other as professionals and with respect, be nice, and the state has its own rules of professional conduct, but this went above that. And I think, if any of the lawyers out there that are listening who practice in Morris, Sussex, and some of the more rural counties, we really are nice to one another as lawyers, and this was nice to see.
I think it sends a message from the court by the accompanying letter from Judge Bazanelis that, I'll use an example. When the parties are very upset with each other, they may try to direct their lawyer, never consent to anything the other side wants, never consent to an adjournment, even though the lawyer knows it would be perfectly fine and appropriate and would not prejudice the client to do that. The message from the court is it's okay to consent to an adjournment if it's consistent with your professional responsibilities, and don't let your client's aggravation in the lawsuit dictate your conduct.
We have 2 minutes to go. Can you believe it?
It did go quickly. You said that.
I told you it would go fast. I know we want to talk about the foundation, but another one, we can't pass by the fee arbitration and ethics committees. You have an involvement in that. Can you just briefly describe that?
We do.
Sure. Fee arbitration is a committee that comes through the Office of Attorney Ethics. So we actually have no formal role in it. Annually, the Office of Attorney Ethics will ask us for more volunteers. A lot of what we do is get volunteers.
You provide volunteers for
yes.
Other
So
groups.
we will give names to the Office of Attorney Ethics, and they will do their due diligence to see whether these are appropriate people to serve on the Fee Arbitration Committee. I'll tell you that there are also lay members on the Fee Arbitration Committee, and finding people that are willing to volunteer their time to get in fee disputes between lawyers and clients is also challenging, so we do that as well.
Let's talk about the foundation. Okay. Save that one for last.
Very good.
The foundation raises money and
gives it away.
Yeah.
Who do you give it away to? What kind of things are funded by the foundation?
We give it away to and have a partnership with CASA to a certain extent, and they're the court appointed special advocates
right.
for children. We work with the neighborhood house in Morristown. We just had a softball tournament that benefited them. And also places like Deirdre's House, the Battered Women's Shelter, the college, Morris County College, the Women's Institute there. And so various nonprofits in the community that serve the needs of the community.
And we fund fellowships.
We do.
So that summer programs will employ needy students, students in financial need at law firms during the course of summer. We could do a half hour on that.
I know, and you have 3 main fundraisers, right?
Right.
You want to mention those?
Sure, I do. We're just through 2 of them. We had a 5K on July 9th, and that benefited CASA.
With 600 runners.
Terrific. At Ginty Field, we had 600 runners out. It was absolutely a gorgeous night. Very, very fun event. Lots of families and kids and lawyers and other members of the community out running for a very good cause, and that was well attended and great. And then we had a softball tournament this past weekend, July 18th, and that benefited the neighborhood house in Morristown. And several large firms in the area participated and fielded teams, and judges umpired, and it brought their families, and it was a really great day. Also, well, it's been a gorgeous summer, and so we had great weather that day as well. And then on Monday, we have our big golf outing. And that's going to be a very good day. I'm very excited about it. I think we're down to 1 more golfer.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then in the fall, we entertain requests for grants from charities, and the board then spends the rest of the year finding ways to give away the money.
Sounds like a great way to raise money.
Yeah.
And it goes to some good causes.
It does.
Well, we have run out of time. Roy and Nancy, I want to thank you very, very much for being guests on the show and for all your work on the Morris County Bar and the Morris County Bar Foundation.
Thank you for having us.
Hi, you've been watching LawTalkToday.tv. I'm Mark Gruber. Watch us next week. Thank you for being here tonight.